Yo, what's going on, guys? We back. I think we're on YouTube today. I got kicked off yesterday. Good times, good times. So we got some wrestling news. So Lovato, maybe I can go back. Can I go back? Oh yeah, here. So I missed this news yesterday, but apparently he joined the U.S. Open. So they have a Masters division. We kind of covered. They have a Masters division. They had a high school. I believe they had a high school females freestyle division. Actually, I think all the girls do freestyle. I believe. I could be wrong. Someone could check for me. So they did like a showcase, and then I think they did under 15 Greco. And I'm not sure what it is today, but we might check that out a little bit later. And Lovato says, it's never too late to try something new. Catch me on Flow Wrestling today. So that was a couple hours ago. I think that was after I ended my stream, basically. And in here, should it show up there? He's got I think it's got the bronze medal. So that's pretty awesome. Shout out to Lovato representing. So got the bronze medal. It says Freestyle Masters National 3rd place finish. I had 6 matches today and only gave up 1 takedown to a silverback gorilla. Lovato, you a gorilla too, bro. Super Lovato, you a gorilla too, man. I don't want to hear nothing about a gorilla when you a gorilla. Let's see. But unfortunately, that takedown cost me the match. I came back to win the repage, which is the 3rd place. Earning 3rd place, going 5-1 for the day in the Masters B, 35 to 42 years old. That's my division minus the weight, and that was the 100 kilograms division. I had a lot of nerves and was a bit tense and hesitant this morning, but after losing my second match, I felt my game open up and I started to get more comfortable with the format and how to play. I managed to pin 2 of my opponents, get a tech fall, plus a couple of points wins, including one over the 2nd seed. I clubbed, headbutted, and scrapped with a lot of ex-collegiate wrestlers and coaches today and feel very grateful for the experience of getting out of my comfort zone and scrapping with a bunch of tough SOBs. In my effort to be the best martial artist I can possibly be, I have fallen in love with the art of wrestling. Nowadays, I probably watch more wrestling than I do jiu-jitsu or MMA. Since there is no belt rank to earn in wrestling, it became a bucket list thing for me to compete in freestyle and put my skills to the test. I want to thank my brother and amazing coach, the Dark Horse 197, for giving me the passion for wrestling and firing me up to pursue this new goal. It felt awesome. It felt good to feel the nerves of doing something for the first time again. First freestyle tournament, first time in a singlet, first time to do 2-minute rounds. Yeah, Masters divisions are 2-minute rounds, guys. That's wild. First time to lose early and get to fight back in a new bracket. It was an awesome experience, and I will be back to go for gold. Much love to my brother. I don't know who that is. Biboto Robert. I don't know how to say that. For the support and motivation today, and my wife, Diana Lovato, for supporting all my crazy pursuits. So that's pretty great. That's pretty great for him going out there. People saying awesome, dope, awesome. It's the finest. This is so sick. Congrats. Were you tempted to lock in any Kimuras? I don't think he responded to that. He laughed. Such an inspiration. Well done, man. So much respect. So inspiring for us older grapplers. Beast mode. Yeah, it's awesome. So you might see more jiu-jitsu guys crossing over into wrestling. Especially the high level guys, because I don't think wrestling, usually the guys kind of retire, right? They go straight to coaching, or they just stop. They stop working out. But in jiu-jitsu, most people start past 30 years old, so that's pretty interesting. Talking about wrestling, we got Steven Mikic. He's going to tell us a little bit about the NIL, which we talked about yesterday, but we're going to talk some more about it because I think it's interesting and we need to learn. We're not going to play any UFC videos ever again. They got me. They kicked me off the stream yesterday.
With an amazing video today. I'm in my office. We just got the setup. It's still in the works, but we got the microphone, we got the camera, and we're rolling. Today, we're going to talk about a controversial topic with college wrestling and NIL, or name, image, and likeness. I'm going to give you guys the rundown, and we're going to talk about how NIL is affecting NCAA wrestling and how it's going to affect and change the sport of college wrestling. But before we get into it, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and notification bells on so we can keep making world-class content for you. Also, I want to talk about a giveaway we'll be doing. The first week of December marks the 1-year anniversary of me starting this YouTube channel, and what a journey it's been. It's been awesome giving you guys this. I did not expect it to go this way, but very thankful to Mike, aka Slater, for starting this journey and trying to get the best out of me. Make the journey of trying to become an Olympic champion, trying to become a world champion, and to honor that 1-year anniversary, I'm going to be giving away this ONEV hoodie. This high quality hoodie is going to be part of our first capsule launch for the brand ONEV. The official launch will be happening in December, and so you guys will be getting this hoodie early for free. All you have to do is do 3 things, 3 easy steps. First, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You guys can see in the wrestling world, you see a lot of these high school kids like Marcus Blaze, just committed to Penn State. You've got PJ Duke, you've got Jax Forrest, and you got Bo Bassett. All these top recruits are going on all their college visits, and they're getting offered boatloads of money to wrestle at universities, and money's being thrown at their face, and you're wondering, how is that happening? What's going on here? So for you guys who don't know what NIL is, or name, image, and likeness, basically it's the ability for colleges to pay for athletes to be able to use an athlete's name, image, and likeness as an amateur athlete. So they're not, it's not professionalism. They're not signing a contract and being paid for their services. Name, image, and likeness basically means that that they're able to, make some sort of endorsement through a company, through a brand, to have some protein sponsorships, supplement sponsorships, make some money for an Instagram post of them, a car dealership, they might get a car, doing some sort of promotion for an act or service because of their name and their success for the college. So it's a win-win deal. But what's happening now is it seems like a lot of these kids are being offered a lot of money through donors of the universities, and they're be able to, I don't know if it's any type of backdoor deals, under the table deal, or if they're setting some sort of endowment up. I'm not actually sure how that works, but you guys can help comment and clarify that for me. But basically, these kids are being offered tons of money, to come to school at these places, and I think this is going to be a problem. Yes, I think that it's awesome that these kids are getting rewarded for their successes, and I think it's awesome. I want to keep seeing that happen, but I definitely see this being a problem where I think college wrestling is going to get ruined and turn into a monopoly. And these top 5 schools like Penn State, Michigan, Iowa, Oklahoma State, or Ohio State, they've got deep pockets. They've got a lot of funds. They've got a lot of donors and alumni groups that are helping fund these programs and keep them alive and successful. And I think that a lot of this is just going to become a bidding war for whoever offers the more money to these college kids are going to come to these top programs. So, I think that's going to shift college wrestling. It's going to change it and definitely not make the field so even playing anymore. It's going to make it to where you see it's a 5-horse race, and then after that, the teams, kind of dwindle after that. So I think that this is going to ruin college wrestling over the next 5 to 10 years if this keeps up and if there's no regulations or restrictions. Yes, I wish I could be, made a bag in college, and I just kind of missed that wave graduating early, but earlier than that. But I really want to see these kids make money, but we need to figure a way of how the kids can still make money, but still restricted to where they're not just throwing like an unlimited amount of money. There's a problem with that. I think first of all, these kids are unproven still. You don't know how these high school kids are going to pan out, and that is a ton of money. That is not really worth the investment, in my opinion, to be offering $300,000, $500,000 to a kid who hasn't done anything. You never know how they're going to pan out. They could burn out and turn into nothing. They could be something, but that's still a lot of money. Also, there's no money to compare it to. There is no AKA professional transfer market, or quote unquote professional transfer market set in order to kind of like who's qualified to be making that kind of money. I could see Carter Starachi making that kind of money. He's a 4-time NCAA champ, going to be a 5-time NCAA champ. But or Gable coming back to wrestle for Minnesota. How much money is he being offered? But compared to a high school kid like a Bo Bassett or a Marcus Blaze, their value is different for how much they provide, for how much years they have left in college, and the return that they're going to bring. Being someone who's proven versus unproven. So another reason I really think this is going to cause wrestling to get worse with the NIL rules is because I think it's going to turn wrestling soft. I mean, I think a lot of these kids, they're not in it to maybe be the best in the world anymore. They're in it to try to make the money, and I get it, but these kids haven't done anything yet to earn that money. They haven't done it to where it accomplish their goals, and this could, their mentalities could get soft, especially once you're giving these young kids, 17, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, a couple $100,000 with them with no guidance of what to do. That could cause a problem with, themselves, spending money improperly, going in. This isn't professional. This isn't like soccer. This isn't basketball or baseball where they have the proper resources. I mean, you're just sending them to college and telling them to be on their own away from their parents for the first time, where everything else is the same. You're just injecting $250,000 into their bank accounts, and I don't think that's smart. I think it could make them soft. It's not going to give them that fire and passion to be the absolute best anymore, and I think that's going to cause a problem. So that's a debate.
I kind of disagree. I think giving them that money is going to motivate them more, because now they have a future. Before graduate college, if you're not the best, you're probably not going to go to international wrestling. So now they can make some money and prepare their future. And I mean, at least they got the options. Like, he didn't have those options when he graduated a couple years ago, but now it's different. So we'll see.
For discussion, and I want to know what you guys think about that. I want to know what your opinion is on NIL and how that's going to affect college in the comments below. Let's see what you guys think. Another issue that I want to talk about is also how I think RTCs are going to plummet as well, and how freestyle wrestling is going to be affected by this. So for those of you who aren't familiar with RTCs, it stands for Regional Training Center. And so basically any of these college athletes, when they graduate and when they're finished wrestling with their amateur career or their collegiate career, they want to go to the next level. They want to go to the senior level and try to make world and Olympic teams to become world medalists and Olympic medals for their country. And where do they train? Well, a lot of them, colleges have an RTC, a Regional Training Center, set up tied in with their college, where they can have these top level athletes on a contract, on a salary, making money to train out of that freestyle all year round, and using the college college athletes as training partners somewhat, or other freestyle athletes, and it's a win-win for the college and for these freestyle. It's a recruiting tactic a lot of the colleges are using, because like for example, Michigan has Cliff Keen. They had guys like, they had me, they had Jaden Cox, they had Mason Paris, they have Adam Kuhn, they've got Dave Habit, they've got Kellen Russell. They have all these guys that were training there at some point, and that's helped wanting to, kids want to train with that. People want to train with Aaron Brooks. People want to train with David Taylor or with Zahid Valencia, Miles Amin. You want to have all of these guys around, so that's going to help colleges recruit high school athletes, because they see, hey, these guys are making world teams, they're winning world medals, they're winning world championships. We want to be able to train there. Well, and now what's going to fund that? Because the donors, the 501c3 non-for-profits that are fundraising for these freestyle athletes, all of that money is going to eventually go to get the high school recruits to pay for these kids that are unproven yet.
That's bad.
They're going to have to figure out how to donate, or how they're going to have to raise more money for these high school kids. They're going to have to find a way to raise more money for these top-level freestyle athletes that are on the highest level, and they're actually going to be paying money to these high school kids that are unproven, that are all much technically lower level at the moment. And obviously they got to develop, but this could alter the sport of wrestling as a whole. So let me know what you guys think about what's going to happen to RTCs, what's going to happen to college wrestling, and how, if you guys have any solutions for this, and how we can go about this in the future. So let me know in the comments below. That's it for today, guys, and
that's pretty interesting, because I didn't think about that argument. Wrestling. Yeah, I didn't think about that argument, because all the money's going toward to recruit the high schoolers, but then their senior level athletes, we don't know what's going to happen to those guys. So I wonder what the future holds in that regard. That's pretty interesting. Did we miss some stuff? I'm for the NIL. I really like it. I want people to get paid money in jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and in judo. So this kind of reminded me. We're talking about wrestling again. I know you guys hate wrestling, but I like wrestling, and Lovato likes wrestling, so deal with it. So we'll get to the who's number one too. So he was mentioning about the RTC. So Brandon Slay, I saw this yesterday, but I didn't bring it up. I just, it's kind of interesting, and then just passed on it. But it said Brandon Slay moves on from leading Pennsylvania RTC. So you guys know there's University of Penn and there's Penn State. There's the two wrestling, and Lehigh. I'm sure there might be some more wrestling colleges in Pennsylvania, but those are the three main ones. So this guy, Brandon Slay, used to lead the Pennsylvania RTC, which is the regional training center for the college, Pennsylvania, University of Penn. So he's moving on to direct Sports Life Wrestling and launch G1 Training Center in Arkansas. So I just wonder, because, Mikit was talking about, the future of the RTCs. I wonder if maybe this guy saw the future of the RTC, and instead of doing that, he's going to, a different side of it. So we'll just read this real quick. We'll try to get through it. Pennsylvania, PA. So April 22nd, a couple days ago, 2 days ago. After more than 8 years of transformative leadership, Olympic gold medalist Brandon Slay I didn't know he was a gold medalist, will step down as executive director and head coach of Pennsylvania Regional Training Center, PRTC. Slay and his family will relocate to Springsdale, Arkansas this July, where he will take on a dual role as executive director of Sports Life Wrestling, a Christian-based leadership development organization, and head coach of the G1 Training Center, a new training facility focused on the development of youth, elite, and high school and senior level wrestlers. Slay will immediately move on to the PRTC board of directors, so he's still going to be involved, continuing his service to the organization. So I believe this is where Jordan Burroughs was training with. He was training with these guys in PA. Founded under the jurisdiction of USA Wrestling, the PRTC exists to enrich lives locally and globally through the sport of wrestling. As a regional Olympic training center, it supports senior level athletes on their Olympic journeys, UWW juniors and U23, under 23 age divisions, and top high school wrestlers within a 250-mile radius, while also giving back to the Philadelphia community through mentorship and youth development. Slay's leadership since 2016 has guided the PRTC to unprecedented success both on and off the mats. During his tenure, PRTC athletes have earned national and world's medals, while the organization's values, faith over fear, full effort, struggle well, and serve others, have shaped a culture that prioritizes character development alongside elite athletic performance. I wish we had that in jiu-jitsu. We ain't got no morals or anything, no character. In the spring of '93, I made a life-changing decision to leave my hometown of Amarillo, Texas, and head to the University of Pennsylvania, said Slay, wrestling for the Quakers, making lifelong friends, and earning an education from UPenn and Wharton shaped me in ways in which I will be forever grateful. After graduating, I packed up my black Dodge Ram, slid in a Waylon Jennings tape, and headed back to Texas. Certain I'd never live in Philly again, but life has a way of surprising us. Slay's return to Philadelphia in 2016 marked a turning point for the PRTC. Over the next 8.5 years, he built a nationally respected training center that became home to many of the country's best wrestlers. After years of chasing dreams, training for the 2000 Sydney Olympics, selling real estate in Dallas, and coaching for USA Wrestling in Colorado, an opportunity called me back to Philadelphia. So some of the people he's dealt with, he had Richard Perry, who made the U.S. national team, B.J. Fertrell, Dan Valamont, Chase Paimey, Joey McKenna, Olympic alternate, okay, Tyler Berger, Jordan Burroughs. We got Jordan Burroughs up there, two-time world champion, three-time Olympic, two-time world champion, three-time world team member. Where's his Olympic? Where's they just didn't mention the Olympics in there? Olympic champ? No. Mark Hall, yeah, 2-time national champ, 3-time national team member. So I wonder, so after 17 years of coaching mostly senior level athletes, I'm excited to pour everything I've learned into the next generation. So pretty interesting that maybe it was just time to move on. But I was just kind of wondering if it was dealing with the NIL and maybe being less resources for the PRTC or the RTCs in general. So guys, keep a lookout on that. If you know more about that story, that history, let me know. Also, we got Final X. If you guys are in New Jersey, I might try to go. Final X, guys. Anybody gonna be out there? So Final X is for the world team trial, basically. Oh, $50. Okay, I can put that little bit of money. I can put some money in towards some seats. And that's June 14th, so I need to get my ticket. Okay, talking about NIL and wrestling, everything's kind of connected, right? So, can I go back on here? So, we got grappling. Grappling is going to become an NCAA. I don't want to say a sport. Yeah, it's going to become an NCAA sport. So, right now, I believe it's going to be on the club level. You guys can see, I think here's some pictures from their last tournament. They did a little tournament with USC and another school.
Tell them I'm great, I'ma show them for you. See me.
USC and some other schools. Or maybe it was just between USC. So yeah, I think it's still on the college. So it's USA Grappling's putting this on, and I'm not sure what the rules are, but it's basically no-gi grappling. Yeah, so right now I think it's a club level deal. I'm not sure how the teams work. I'm not sure how any of this is going on. I don't know any of the rules, who's refereeing, who's handling anything outside of USA Grappling. So yeah. So basically it was just in California. It had Cal State Northridge, University of San Diego, and University of Southern California. So they did a little tournament between these clubs. So hopefully in the future we might have something there. And it says these college kids left it all on the mats. Absolutely love the energy and team environment. After being part of wrestling my whole life, grappling events have a bit of a different feel. In traditional jiu-jitsu events, unless you are part of one of the big teams, you have 3 to 4 cheering for you max. But at this weekend's event, we could feel the energy of the high school and college sports. The amateur team aspect where everyone is mat side cheering. Loved it. Can't wait for the duels. So looks like they're going to hopefully have a network of schools, probably starting in California, and then East Coast going to roll through Midwest, Texas, Illinois, St. Louis. Those guys are going to come through. Arizona going to come through. So I would like to see this spread to other schools, colleges, and grow this. Let's grow it. And let's see, they had some pictures of the medals.
To the winner goes.
Oh, that's pretty nice. That's not too bad. UCLA, USCD. Yeah, so it looks like they're going over the rules. Get a little uniform, represent your college. And yeah, we still don't know the rules, but hopefully.
UCLA, 155.
You're up right now?
Yep.
Let's go.
Oh, good.
These college kids, bro.
Yeah, I got the hoodie on right now, but
Turn that music off, bro. Music be killing me.
San Diego and 156.
Why are you smiling so much?
I don't know, bro.
Nah, turn that music off, bro. So basically, it looks like ADCC Open. Yeah, so definitely not on the same level as wrestling, obviously. I don't know what the rules are. I think it's just going to be no-gi, so no-gi for us. that music. I mean, I don't know what the ranking or belts or weight classes. I don't know nothing. Yo, I got no information. My issue with USA Grappling is they kind of do their own thing. It reminds me of AJP a little bit. A little buggy choke. They kind of do their own thing, and sometimes these organizations kind of ignore the vast majority of people competing. So the people that compete the most don't know about the tournaments, so they don't go to the tournaments. So I wish they would do more marketing and partnering. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see AJP partner with more schools. I would like to see USA Grappling and Collegiate Grappling partnering with more academies to let people know, to educate. Because it's hard to find this stuff. Like, I barely find this stuff. I know you guys don't find this stuff. And I'm not sure what the level is. It's kind of all over the place. I guess it might be like wrestling. There is no level. You just go out there. You gotta fight. Mika Galval when he decides to go to college, and you're like, wait a second, that ain't fair. And I wonder, what will the NIL situation be? Will there be sponsorships? Will they have, something going on like that? So it's at UCLA versus USCD, 155-pound quarterfinals. Did someone say buggy choke? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they got these kind of club dudes, but maybe they could entice, someone like an Andrew Tackett or someone like some of these young guys. All right, we're gonna put you in college so you can wrestle. You can have these matches. Wouldn't that be great for marketing? You take like Mika Galval, Andrew Tackett, any of these young guys, all these 20-year-old dudes, just put them into college. You're like, they just tear it up, and then they can get a college education. They can still do their regular professional duties, And if there's an NIL, they make money. They can make money just by representing these schools. I know it's a club level, but if you want to blow things up real quickly, that's kind of what you got to do. The slow method is not working anymore, man. The slow grassroots. We tired of these grassroots. It's just old. It's the old business model, Someone says BJJ is a college sport now. What? So cool. So can a white belt fight a black belt because it's just weight classes? Yes, you can. Technically, yes, if you could make the team. So how do you make the team? So we have no information. We got no information to go off of. So you got to make the team, and then you can just fight in your weight class. So basically ADCC. But even ADCC has different divisions, right? They got the beginner division and the pro division. So Collegiate Grappling, can you please put out more information for us so we can understand? I would like to educate people. I want to be educated, and I would like to educate people. Can you put out more information for us? Again, if you do it like very grassroots, it can grow. It can grow. 20 years from now, it'll be big. But if you partner with the right people, I think you could have something great, Let's go. Yeah. I would like to see them partner with people like me and people like, I don't know who else. Craig Jones. I don't know if we need Craig Jones in there, but there's good athletes and people in this sport that I think can really help broadcast this program. So yeah. Talking about NIL and college and all this other stuff. Let's look at some judo. We got Jay Flo. So he's going to be exchanging some takedowns with some of the dudes. I'm not going to show all the matches. I'm probably going to just kind of zoom through. But we'll just watch.
Beautiful dojo, 10th Planet, South Bay, PJ Barch, the man, the myth, the legend, keeping me young.
Butter pea, butter pan, I think.
Done great things
too loud,
here
'cause, man,
in
it's loud
South
to
Bay for jiu-jitsu.
I think we're just gonna watch the Joseph Chin part, guys. We're not gonna watch everybody else. Bro, look how big Joseph Chin is, bro. He's huge. I might turn that music down a little bit. We got some music in the background. Hey. So Joseph's I feel like his frame is so flexible, it's hard to get throws on him. Like his frame is he's a big version of my friend Austin. It's just hard to get stuff on them because they're like, you know, just like a squid. Like you try to grab an octopus. Like, come over here. Because most people are stiff, you know. But like Joseph, I feel like you grab him, he's already like, he's always relaxed and loose, which could be good or bad. I don't know if it works in wrestling. Danny Choppa, what's going on, bro? He says, Harai Goshi is becoming one of my favorite throws. Is that the one that J-Flow does when he hooks the arm? Or is it a different one? Or is it the leg trip? It's like Osoto, but it goes to the far leg? What am I thinking of? Not Osoto, Uchi. It's like Uchi, but to the far leg. Goshi. Yeah. Hey, man, Joseph's huge, bro. That ain't no small guy, bro. He looks like he's 200 pounds. How big is he, guys? He hit his growth spurt. and got thicker. Is this ecological, guys? Shout out to J-Flow, bro. He in his 40s, still moving. Look at that. Look at that little foot. Hey, that was nice. That little move like that. Hey, Joseph, you can't do it, bro. Get out of there. You can't do it, Joseph. Yeah, we'll say Joseph always relaxed. So that can be good and bad. Sometimes you're too relaxed, you get tossed on your head. Especially judo. You don't want to be too relaxed in judo, I don't think. I don't know if Joseph has judo experience, but he seems to know a little bit, right? Can anybody rate his judo for me? I just think he's so unorthodox. It's just hard to do anything to him. Well, obviously he feels comfortable, you know, wrestling or doing judo. Danny Choppa says, yes, more so towards the outside. I think it might be technically a hip throw. I think Harai involves hips, if I remember correctly. Still a white belt. Yeah, I'm a white belt too in judo. Yeah, Joseph got to be one of the tougher style of grapplers to fight because they're just so loose. Basically, you're going against the octopus. You know how they're squishy, you try to grab them, and they just kind of slide out. You're like, come here. But yeah, shout out to J-Flow, bro. You be hanging with these dudes, bro. He be scrapping. Again, guys, J-Flow in his 40s. What was that? I missed that. We're gonna watch J-Flow when he was younger too, though. I don't think these guys would be able to hang with young J-Flow though. I like that little step, bro. Yo, J-Flow smooth, bro. Hey, yo, that was nice, bro. How'd he get that foot out there? You guys saw that? He's like, come here, foot. So he's pulling him forward. Get that step. I missed it, but yeah. It's crazy the setups. He's trying to get him to step. And then his foot's already like, whoop, just comes out of nowhere. Hey. I like how J-Flow, he goes upper body, lower body. You know, he can mix and match. And I feel like, of course, obviously, Joseph's not anywhere near as good as J-Flow, so he's got to be more reactive, right? Which is usually the case when you're going with someone more skilled at takedowns and stuff than you. This just kind of goes to show, like, if you have a good base and you're tough, it's hard to deal with you. Thank God for jiu-jitsu. Because, like, say you got, like, a D1 football player, dude, that had a good base. It's going to be hard to take that person down. Like, if they have good awareness, never did take down in their life, but just good awareness, athletic, it's going to be hard to take them down. But in jiu-jitsu, you can trick them with something. Something gonna trick them. That's why football players can go into wrestling pretty well. And they could go into judo before they had to change those rules. Yo, we're going to look up Rahadi Ferguson. They had to change the rules. And judo, they're like, bro, no more leg grabs. We can't have these wrestlers coming in and beating us. So that's pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool to see those guys just kind of playing, ecologically, task-based. I consider that drilling, guys. All of these terms, I consider that drilling. So let's look up. Let's see if they got it. Is that Roddy? So this is one of the reasons they had to get these wrestlers out of. They're like, we got to get these wrestlers out of here.
Ferguson that dives for the legs again. Really giving it to the Korean. Oh, Morochi Gary again. Oh, and has he gone for the arm lock again? Oh, Morochi Gary again.
So yeah, they had to get him out of there, bro.
Ferguson that dives for the legs again.
They had to get rid of those leg
really
grabs.
Giving it to the Korean. Oh, Morochi Gary again. Oh, and has he gone?
I don't know what happened, guys.
Leg. Ferguson for the legs again.
They got rid of it, but yeah, let's see. Where's this highlight reel at? Yeah, they had to get rid of those leg grabs because they were like, bro, what in the world is going on in here? My judo's not working. J-Flow and PJ go all the time. PJ tries for takedowns, and it's really fun to watch. Yeah, they had to get rid of those leg grabs, bro. They had to get rid of those leg grabs. They had to get. I'm not saying Rahadi Ferguson's not technical. Obviously, very good judoka. But bro, they were like, we can't let no more leg grabs in judo. They had to get rid of those leg grabs, bro. I'm looking for his highlight. Here's one from back in the day. That's why they said no more leg grabs in judo after this. I know it's ADCC, but same thing. Can we find double legs in? Yeah, I don't know if we can. Yeah, let's watch it. Can we watch this real fast? That music, bro. 2010, that's when they got rid of it. 2013, they banned all throws involving grabbing the legs. They be changing the rules, guys. Don't jump on me. They change the rules all the time. It's believed the main reason was to promote a more spectator-friendly offensive style of judo. We want to be more upright. Some love this decision, some hate it, but you can't deny that judo lost some nice throws. Yeah, you know, you had your fireman's carry. Bro, this is when judo was, I miss those days, bro. Yo, judo was for real back in those days, bro. That was for real. I love when they do that flip over. I mean, I don't want to do it. Hey, Kochigari. Yo, bro. Back in the day, bro. You could do judo was amazing back in the day. It's still good. It ain't the same, though. It ain't the same. Hey, oh. Come on, bro. It's not exciting. I know they wanted to differentiate it from wrestling, but that didn't make it better. If anything, I think it made it worse, because that was pretty exciting, huh? Oh. You know, the Japanese couldn't deal with that, so that's why they had to get rid of it. Nice. I mean, what other sport takes away their techniques? Because all these moves are in judo. Yeah, all these moves are in judo, but they're like, we got to take it away. It's too effective. But I'm telling you, more people would train judo if you could do these rules. And I know there's a freestyle judo, blah, 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 but come on, people are going to prepare for the Olympics. They ain't gonna do freestyle judo. Yo, they were like, bro, we can't have someone just come in here and double leg everybody like this girl doing. Be like, bro, I won a gold medal in judo. I just did a double leg. And if anything, that kind of killed the cross training a little bit, because, you know, the wrestlers couldn't come in there and just dominate like they used to. So they're like, I'm just going to stick to wrestling. And then jiu-jitsu people, you know, we can't do a lot of stuff. I don't know. You guys like this stuff? I like it. Hey. Oh, you should not have posted there. Yo. How come judo isn't in the collegiate system? I believe it is in, we did a video. It's in Hawaii's high school, but I don't think it's in the collegiate system. I just want them to do it sincerely, you know. I don't want them to half-ass it. I want them to do it sincerely and try to grow the sport, you know, out of a club level. We don't need no club level stuff. We don't want club level. We want professional. We want to be just like wrestling. Nice. Hey, that was a nice takedown. Oy. I get what they're saying, you know, grabbing the legs, you don't do all the throws, blah blah blah. That is true. You can't do all the throws but isn't it well, if your goal is to take someone down, I mean, you're gonna do the most efficient takedown, right? Sometimes that's a single leg, sometimes that's a double leg. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. So we're watching this stuff. Let's watch some prime J Flow, because we were watching old J Flow. Let's look at young J Flow.
Between the time when the ocean ate Colonia dropped.
I can't play that music, guys. Can't play that music. So this J Flow back when he was young, Joseph Chin's age, you know. He's in the blue, I believe. Hey, was that Harai Goshi? Hey, nice. Yeah, that was J Flow, bro. I don't think Joseph Chin would have been hanging with J Flow back then. J Flow would have had him slipping and sliding. Nice. Oh, so he was competing back when he could do leg grabs. Kochigari. I forget which one that one is. J Flow is good, bro. Hey, Uchi. Nice. Nice step in. Oh. That was nice. Tomonage? Armbar? Nice. What is armbar in Japanese, guys? Nice. Hey. 2004 Olympic trials. Was that Sydney or was it 2000? So I believe J Flow got injured during this trial. Look at young J Flow, bro. He still got Tomonage, nice. Yo, J Flow is going for it, bro. Hey. And look at J Flow. He didn't just do leg grabs. He did a lot of different stuff. Nice, bro. Tomonage. Nice. Nice. Hey, was that Harai? That was a nice throw. And guys, you know in judo, that's it, bro. You hit the floor. That's it. Game over. There ain't no more. That's him at age 11. You've been doing it a long time. That's why he's so smooth. Training in Japan back then. Hey, that Uchimata was good, bro. Hey. Yeah, there's no way. You ain't gonna pick up takedowns and be better than J Flow in like a couple years. You know, this is like a lifetime of practice. Bro, that's amazing. Yeah. Hey, that's just dedication. You know, some of you guys, you guys ain't dedicated out there. Yeah, that's amazing to see J Flow, bro. Talking about all these young guys, we got Mika Gaval. You guys like Mika? That's him with his girlfriend. I didn't know she was a purple belt. Congrats to Amit Allure. She making that money, guys. She got that Nike sponsorship. We need more videos from the GOAT. Well, Mika's not the GOAT. She's the GOAT. She's the breadwinner in the relationship, guys. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Hey guys, Miguel Val here alongside my girlfriend and also an Olympic champ, Jess. Great thoughts. And today we're here to show you guys one of my favorite submissions, which would be the seated karakatami. I'm going to show you guys a few situations that you can get it from, and also a few reactions that
I don't
you
like
can get
the belt
on the
over the
submission
no-gi.
itself. All right. So just make sure you all know seated karakatami. It's a submission that I mostly usually don't no gi, but you can both use it in gi and no gi. It doesn't matter if you have the gi on, if you don't have the gi on. Both work pretty well. I use them on my Worlds run through and also on my other no-gi competitions as well. So yeah, just know that it works pretty well. And working on the technique itself. So, pode ficar de quatro. Yeah, perfect. On your 4. Yes. Third position. Working on the technique itself, there's many situations that you can get into. I'm just gonna show 2 situations that I really like to get it from. So for example, whenever you're doing the headlock position there, where it can happen from even stand up position where you had like a snap down there, or the person tries to go for a double leg and you're able to defend yourself there and try to get this little space from your legs to their hands, and then they have this like turtle positioning here. You're able to get the seated katakatami. You're just gonna try to find your spot into their neck, cross your arm all the way to the triceps in here.
I'm gonna speed through a little bit, guys.
We're gonna work this.
Where's the good stuff? This is how you guys be watching instructionals.
Your arm and dropping myself to the ground sitting. So.
Quan says, did she start BJJ before she started wrestling? I think she did.
A little bit, perfect, right here.
She young. She like 19. I think she did like jiu-jitsu and judo.
Hook, arm is going in. Now I'm gonna start pressing and sitting.
She done a little bit of everything.
I'm gonna have the first moment here That is very important in order for you to get the submission. So as I said before, arm's not gonna be on the chest. On the chest, too weak. If you try to grab here and try to do
Also,
the
guys,
submission,
Mika's very
you're just gonna be
strong.
spending a lot of energy.
Don't forget.
So try to go as high as possible on this armpit. Sometimes, if I'm able to not get my first grip on, I just get this hand grip here into her armpit because I'm able to trap her very well.
You guys
And I'm
see why I
able
don't
to
do instructionals
initially
anymore?
Positions, for example, on just like on a head lock, I can go for her back. I can go for.
I'm gonna speed up a little bit, guys.
They try to. I have my grip here. In mind, I need you to actually work with it.
Danny
So you're
Chopper
gonna
says, I
remove your
understand
hips from the
details, but
ground
sometimes they
using
do
this
kind of
top
drag
leg,
out
and
with
then
teaching.
instead of
Perhaps
doing
just
the,
me being
the regular
ADHD.
movement where you do with the
I mean,
the
I be
guillotines,
filming
where you
instructionals.
need
I'd be
to
like, come on, I gotta
try
rush
to
through
take
this.
Their
I'd be
chin
rushing myself.
into their chest by compressing here on top of her head. You need to actually.
All right. So this is the arm in guillotine, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Go practice it.
Try to either
Go do ecological practice and figure that out. So she actually did judo before, guys. We'll that's a cool thing about my show. We can kind of fly around. Where did she say she did judo before? Here she is. So she said her dream was to win the Olympic gold in judo first back in the day. Then she got into wrestling. I don't know what she got into jiu-jitsu, to be honest. For you guys that don't know, she won Olympics in wrestling. So, of course, she's dating Mika, which I don't know. I've heard they broke it up. They've been on and off again, which is, I mean, they're super young, so yeah. So she definitely the star in the relationship. So I mean, she just got sponsored by Nike. It says she's a 2-time senior world champion, Olympic champion, a trailblazer, a force on the mat. We're proud to officially welcome Amit Allure to the Nike wrestling family. Amit is redefining greatness in women's wrestling, and this is just the beginning. So she's the breadwinner. She taking care of Mika. Mika, don't mess it up, Mika. Don't mess it up, bro. I mean, you know how hard it's going to be to find another wrestling or judo gold medalist girlfriend. He's going to be tough. But even she said she wasn't really feeling him at first. So I don't know. We'll see, bro. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, she's sponsored by Nike. So I mean, she the breadwinner in the family. Don't mess it up, Mika. Don't mess this up. She got him all up in the video. Pray for my man, guys. Pray for my man. If you guys ever see me in the video like this, bro, go ahead and unsubscribe. And Alec, you changed, Alec. You used to be cool. You used to be the man, Alec. Yo, if you see me up in the video like this, guys, go ahead and just unsubscribe and report my channel. Please report my channel. Tell YouTube to take me out. YouTube got me yesterday, guys. I was talking, I was yapping, and YouTube got me, bro. I didn't know nothing was going on. YouTube said, all right, pull the string, pull the cord out. Ding. Stream unavailable. They got me, bro. So moving on, we got PJ Barch. You guys like PJ Barch. Danny Chopper said he's just trying to secure the bag. Yeah, he better. He better, bro. He need that sugar mama. Until we get that NIL, go do what you gotta do, Mika. Mika joined the army. He got a sugar mama. He doing everything he can. Man, I mean, are they not paying him? I think Flow Grappling got to deal with him. I'm sure ADCC gave him a little bit of change, but dang, bro, he out here hustling. He really hustling, guys. He out here hustling. I thought I was hustling. He hustling for real. Quan said he trying to score that sweet U.S. citizenship. Well, he's screwed because he's in the Brazilian army right now, so I don't think he can do the citizenship thing. We'll see. So PJ Barch, he admits he used Adderall to cut weight during his wrestling days, which reminds me about another wrestler, Aaron Brooks. We're gonna call out Aaron Brooks in a second. accomplished grappler PJ Barch recently opened up about his past struggles with weight cutting and his use of Adderall during his high school wrestling career. I mean, that's not what Adderall's for, but maybe it suppresses your appetite. Yo, if that ain't a performance enhancer, I don't know what is, guys. PJ Barch explained that he was first introduced to the prescription stimulant by older wrestlers who pitched it as a way to make dropping weight easier. I guess it kind of started with hanging out with older wrestling kids my sophomore year. We were going on these trips all over the place to wrestle, and I was hanging out with some of the wrestling kids. One of them told me, "Hey, there's this stuff called Adderall, and Adderall makes you not eat, so you can cut weight. You can cut a ton of weight." What started as a tactic to help manage his weight soon spiraled into something more serious. Well, it was not prescribed to you. Don't take prescription drugs not prescribed to you, guys. I started carrying Adderall around during wrestling season, taking it sometimes. Meanwhile, I didn't know I was really getting high and stuff too. I mean, I took it for probably a good reason to start, but I ended up being a little bit of a fiend for the stuff. Dang. Eventually, the consequences caught up with him. I got caught with it in school my junior year, and this went pretty bad. I ended up having to change high schools. Dang. It was a pretty turbulent couple of years, to be honest. Well, now he's doing jiu-jitsu where he can do whatever he wants. You can take whatever you want, and if you do ADCC, take whatever you want. They ain't gonna check. I mean, bro, no telling what these guys are taking, bro. I'm gonna look up Aaron Brooks though. So Aaron Brooks, he Olympic wrestler. He tested positive for Adderall. The thing is, he didn't have a prescription. Is that these wrestling websites are so out of date, bro? But they still let him wrestle somehow. I guess they found a doctor's note. Can I find it? The Penn State wrestling star Aaron Brooks has addressed rumors of, so he failed the drug test. He was on Adderall. He didn't have a prescription for Adderall. And then they just found he won the Olympic trials for America. So that was kind of hanging on the thread, like if he could still compete at the Olympics, which he did. Penn State wrestling star Aaron Brooks is not concerned about reporting this week of a failed drug test that has some speculating he may be ruled ineligible for the 2024 Olympics. Telling his side of the story for the first time to, I don't know, whoever. The incident occurred last year at the Under-23 World Championships. Oh, so it didn't happen at the Olympic trials. It happened before. And resulted from a paperwork issue. I'm going to do air quotes. Paperwork issue. For a drug he was legally prescribed by his doctor. The 4-time national champion for the Nittany Lions expressed no doubt he will represent the United States in Paris this summer. Yeah, so he won. Yeah, so obviously he said he had ADHD, but we got PJ Barch saying it was great for kind of slowing down his appetite, helping him cut weight. So if that's not a performance enhancer, I mean, what isn't, or what is? Because that sounds like it's enhancing your performance a little bit. I mean, not only you got superhuman focus, but you also can not eat for days and still function really well. That sounds amazing. He said, first and foremost, I'm surprised it took this long for people to twist it, right? The negatives and the wrongs, he said. I thought this would happen right away. Like, oh, he's using steroids. But I have no ill will against people. They're just trying to stir up the pot. They're trying to do what they do for their... I mean, you're the one that's on Adderall and didn't have the right paperwork. Don't blame us for you mess it up, bro. But I looked at it at the report and I laughed because one, it's the drug, not even Adderall, dude. It's Vyvanse, which is very similar. Whole wrong medication. Isn't Vyvanse just a different name for Adderall? So I already know something is twisting it. But what had really happened was I had been prescribed that for college just because I was really struggling in school. I'm calling cap on that because none of these wrestlers are studying in school. Aaron Brooks, I know you weren't studying in school, bro. Come on, Aaron Brooks. Come on, bro. Look, if you look at Aaron Brooks, you like, that dude ain't studying. Nobody at Penn State is studying, guys. They don't go to Penn State. You don't go to Penn State to study. I'm calling BS on that. And my first overseas tournament, honestly, since I first got into college, I go overseas and I'm still in classes. I'm still dealing with mid-semester workload, all these things. I'm traveling, I'm doing school as well. Whenever I take the drug test, I even wrote down the medication on it. It wasn't like I was hiding something, but I didn't put the prescription, which is what the doctors needed. So because I didn't bring the prescription, bro, listen, if you're taking that stuff, ain't no where you think that's legal at, bro. Ain't nowhere that's legal at. Except for ADCC, because they don't test nothing. So it's his fault. He didn't bring the prescription. He's overseas. He didn't think, maybe I should bring this prescription for this scheduled, this kind of highly regulated drug, basically. So of course he got caught. So then I had to go down and show I was prescribed it, get it to the lawyers, and then to whoever it was, WADA, USADA, whoever it is, and they just had to put it through the clearinghouse. Bro, so you wasted a lot of resources. Thank God. Again, Penn State has a lot of resources. They could help him with that, but I'm thinking, bro, you don't go to Penn State to study. So that's cap, bro. You weren't studying in Penn State, bro. What's your major, bro? What's Aaron Brooks' major? Anybody know? I'm going on a tangent, guys. Let's see. Quan says he needed to do CJI. He wanted that monies. Yeah. Oh, he's saying Mika needed that CJI money. Yeah, he did. Yeah, why didn't he do it? I think ADCC guaranteed him like $100,000, and short-sightedness, the $100,000 guaranteed over the $1 million. I mean, he took a gamble, and obviously, I don't know if the gambles went too well. Maybe he's happy. I don't care. What's his college degree in, bro? I want to see what Aaron Brooks. Not that Aaron Brooks. Aaron Brooks, the Penn State wrestler, earned a degree in recreation, park, and tourism management. He graduated Penn State in 2024. Guys, listen. What the heck is a recreation, park, and tourism management degree? What the heck is that? He needed Adderall to study for park and recreation? Parks and recreation. Guys, listen, I don't know, bro. 5 seconds of research has told me that Adderall prescription was not for studying. He should not have been prescribed that, and he was using it for performance enhancing. Case solved. Case solved, Aaron Brooks. It's crazy because Aaron Brooks, he beat David Taylor. If you guys watched yesterday, we talked about David Taylor. He's the coach of Oklahoma State. So if Aaron Brooks had popped and David Taylor could have done the 2024 Olympics, and he might not have become the head coach of Oklahoma. Danny Chapa says, brother, I didn't realize degrees go to that level. What? Listen, bro, Pennsylvania State College is a very well-known college, but I don't think that degree is anything good. He probably didn't have to go to class. He probably was sleeping in class. Come on, guys. Look at Aaron Brooks. I like Aaron Brooks, but come on, bro. Aaron Brooks, you think Aaron Brooks was studying? That dude was wrestling. He was wrestling constantly, bro. Aaron Brooks, I know you weren't studying, Aaron Brooks. I know you weren't studying. I know he wasn't raising his hand in class. I know he wasn't raising his hand. Mr. Brooks, are you here? Mr. Brooks. He's not here, guys. He's wrestling. overseas. Yo, come for me, Aaron Brooks. I'll heel hook you, bro. You'll take me down, but I'll heel hook you. Oh, bro. Yo, Aaron Brooks. I'm just saying that's a performance enhancer, I believe. What is that? What is the Adderall? Vyvanse. What's the difference between Adderall and Vyvanse? I can't spell. We're not getting the real answer, guys. We getting the AI. It says they are both stimulants used to treat ADHD, but they differ in their active ingredients, mechanisms of action, and potential side effects. Adderall contains a combination of amphetamine and dextroamphetamine salts, while Vyvanse contains lisdex. I can't say that word, guys. Vyvanse is a prodrug, meaning it needs to be metabolized by the body before becoming active, so it's a little bit smoother effects. Yo, my man was using that, bro. No, he was performance enhancing, guys. Yo, Adderall has a higher potential for misuse, while Vyvanse has a lower potential for misuse. Well, it doesn't mean it's not gonna enhance your performance. We're gonna look up. Does Vyvanse improve athletic performance? It's not specifically designed for that, but it can increase your focus and attention. That sounds like something a wrestler might need, huh? It improves your focus and concentration, which may help athletes perform better in sports that require mental alertness. That sounds like wrestling. Increase energy levels. It can boost energy levels, which may allow athletes to train harder and for longer periods. That sounds like enhancement. Improve motor coordination. Some studies suggest that Vyvanse may improve motor coordination, which could benefit athletes in sports that require precise movements. Sounds like wrestling. Sounds like enhancement. So yeah, what do I know? Jason Whitfield said, Aaron Brooks' major in college is the same as all athletes. Communications are the 90s. Aaron Brooks is a college athletic star. He did communications or 90s TV sitcoms. Yeah. I'm just saying he didn't have to study. So why did he have Vyvanse then? Bro, he could pass those tests without studying. Yo, it's the 90s sitcoms that's on the test. Who was the nerd on the show Family Matters? Yo, it's a multiple choice question too. So the multiple choice, he could I don't even know if he was taking tests. I got questions. That's all I'm saying. I have doubts. All right, let's move on. We got Lachlan Giles. He's going to show you how to defend the saddle. This is from a few years ago, but I'll assure you that it's still good. That music, bro.
So you can see Ben has a good ability to catch the heels and attack the heel. Okay, so I want to have my legs straight, and I want to turn my knee as much as I want to point my toes as far as I can here. It's actually mostly a hip rotation. Point my toes as far in as I can. Now, what you'll see, if Ben's applying a really tight saddle, this is going to be really tight against my hip, and he's going to flare his knee. And what that does, if that's really tight, see how little I can turn my foot in here? So he might still be able to catch that. If he's got really good positioning, he might still be able to catch my toes and lock the heel. So what I want to do, it's counterintuitive, but I actually want to move a little to my right. Okay, so keep that as tight as you can. Stop me turning my foot in. So I can do this now. I move my hips a little to the right, and I can turn my foot a lot more. Okay, and as I do that, I'm flaring my knee out and starting to free my left foot to begin the escape. Okay, so again, Bin's nice and tight here like this. You could have the triangle, you've got the triangle your legs. Flaring this. I'm gonna move my hips to the right and I'm gonna extend and point my toes like this, okay? Now, another thing that's counterintuitive, but the more I try to actually pull away as I do this, the easier it might be for Ben to catch the toes. I actually wanna kick, as I move to my right, I wanna kick a little deep with my foot, okay? You can see if he tries to go for that now, he has to like it's not easy to catch my heel here compared to if I'm trying to pull away. My toes actually land in. Okay, so I'll start to pull out actually later on as he begins to turn. Okay, obviously if my toes are back like this, you can see how big of a grip he can, like this is a great lever for finishing the heel hook. If my toes are pointed, much more likely that I slip my heel. So go for it now. Hard while my toes are pointed to get a really good grip on the heel and much more likely to slip. Okay, so as I do this, I want to point my toes, my hips go to the right, point my toes like this. Now you notice my hands are on the ground. For me, I don't really hand fight pretty much at all. Possibly once he's got the heel hook on, if I was willing to engage in this battle, this would be the time potentially to try to like get my hands forward and peel it off. But before he's got the bite on the heel, my hands will be on the mat, allowing my hips to move like so. Okay, so we're here, I hip out, straighten my leg, point my toes. Ben, usually, if he wants to get the heel hook, he's gonna start to roll to chase it, okay? He's gonna start turning, he's gonna try to roll through. If I stayed here, yes, eventually he would be able to dig the heel and catch it, okay? But I'm gonna make it so he has to roll all the way through. And it's really hard to keep a tight triangle, tight with your legs as you roll. There will be some gaps that form as you do this. So as I go here, Ben starts to roll, I start to move with him, and I start to bring my left foot back to start to kick. Okay? It might be that we do a couple of rolls, but once I get this foot in here, it's really easy to kick out and free my leg. Okay, so again, we're here like this, hip out to the side and through, I move. Now I'm starting to disengage, okay? So I'm kicking, pushing, and disengaging. Usually I do like to kick this bottom leg in particular. I find it the easiest one to get at, but really you can push anywhere. Okay, so sometimes if he's stuck with this for a moment, sometimes I'll use my hand to help free my leg. Okay, but again, that's moving my hips away to the right to get in front with this leg. Okay, once I'm here, there's very, very, very little chance that Ben's able to finish this inside heel. Okay, last thing I want to talk about. If Ben controls this leg, so a lot of people go for this, what do they call double trouble, where he goes to like an ankle lock or whatever. Basically, ignore this. Ignore their grip. Biggest mistake you can make is think that anything they're doing with this leg is dangerous. Okay? If he starts trying to leg lock this leg and I start doing this to defend, what I'm actually doing is I'm exposing my right heel. That's what he's really after. He's trying to attack this. Okay? So even though he can grab that leg, whatever, I'm still trying to point my toes on my right leg as much as I can here. He can do all that stuff. It doesn't bother me that much. When he wants to actually do his real heel hook, he's gonna have to let go of that leg, and that's what I'm waiting for, to start freeing my leg, start getting out. Okay, so that said, I will
say, you know, this is from 6 years ago. I would say watch out for the Wojcik. I can't. Because where is it? That's the old video. I mean, watch out for Wojcik and watch out for the other attack. Can we find it?
Sean, you mentioned that Wojcik likes the leg entanglements.
So homeboy, he messed up, bro. This dude messed up. He let Wojcik pull his leg in. He's going for like a leg drag or something.
With his bare hands,
or
he's going for
some
legs.
type of outside pass.
He doesn't break any legs today, but look for him to hunt for those submissions here in this last preliminary matchup.
I think we'll slow it down too.
Yeah, he's looking to get underneath. Arm drags, trying to get sticky with any sort of.
Yeah, I think homeboy messed up a big. Cause he was going for like a leg drag or something.
Over to the legs.
I forget where it was. Like almost in like a stacking
Wojcik
position.
Is one of these guys. He's
like a duck underpass.
Quite the following online. He's you know, he does articles for Flow Grappling. Here we go.
So I think he gets out of this.
Entries. He's
Actually,
right
no.
away.
Never mind.
Michael recognizes the threat.
So he's in this crab
trying to
ride?
Free that knee. Circle to the back.
Yeah, he's trying to.
He shouldn't have been crab riding, bro. Should not have been crab riding.
Underneath there, he got a nice.
So here, this is what I was saying. Here, he tried to get here in his leg drag. So you guys see the leg drag?
Got a nice.
He should not have been there.
Guys, nice attempt there to come up on a leg drag. That was actually
that was pretty good.
done.
But he
really
there.
He lost the left foot.
So I think it happens
he
again.
Kept driving towards his left with that left foot, and he wouldn't.
Quan says I took Adderall when
nice
vacationing in Vegas before I moved here because my friend was a pharmacist and had some with him. I was too tired to go out anymore. He said it was like super caffeine, like stronger caffeine, and then I took it. It felt like a strong caffeine. But even caffeine, you can't. If you have over 500 milligrams, you'll get caught on that test too.
Jiu-Jitsu Austin. Chris Bolchek fighting.
Yeah, but Quan, did you think it enhanced your performance? Obviously, you're out.
Had an amazing 80cc debut last year.
Yeah, but say you're on that, and the other dude's just normal.
Some really good battles there.
Well, he said he's on Vyvanse, which is it's a different formulation.
It's no coincidence he's on that leg.
It's a different formulation than Adderall. Here we go. So wait. The same thing happened twice, right, guys? He goes for this leg drag kind of move. This move here.
And it's no coincidence he's on
trying to pummel under here. The same thing happened. He gets his leg, but this time he catches a good grip.
That was a little.
Now he's looking for a Wojcik lock.
So this is his sort of Woj lock. He likes to do. So
I don't know, Quan. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Looks like he's got it tangled.
You take it again, but take it at training.
Will he get the Woj lock? Will he get a submission?
After taking it, went out again. And so yeah, that enhanced your performance.
The opposite leg is Wojcik. He's get the Woj.
So he's going for the Woj lock.
He's torquing that ankle. Yep. Will he get the Woj lock?
And I thought he had his legs crossed. All right, so Lackland said don't worry about that, right? Isn't that what Lackland said? He said don't worry about that. Again, it was 6 years ago. There was no Woj lock. But see, homeboy had his ankles crossed eventually.
Looks like he's got it tangled.
He gets his ankles crossed here.
Yep. Will he get the Woj lock? Will he?
Actually, doesn't. There he crosses, and then Woj goes for the top side ankle,
now attacking the opposite leg,
which Lackland wasn't worried about, but now you got to worry about everything now.
He's got it locked.
So he's able to shrimp out and then finish.
What's up, Michael? Look for the tap.
So that just shows you that things change. Jiu-Jitsu is evolving. Quan over here with the performance enhancing. He says after taking it, I went out again and drank more. So yeah, look at that. That brought you to life, bro. So definitely performance enhancer. If you're too tired, take it and you get energy to fight more. But they're saying not just energy, but your focus, your reaction speed might be increased. Your energy levels up. Your appetite suppressed, so you don't need to eat as much, so you can cut more weight. Which sounds like it was made for wrestling, basically. But say he's on that stuff and you're just out there normal. Yo, you tired. You've been cutting weight, so you exhausted. And this dude's over here hyped up. He drugged out. This dude over here looking like a crackhead over here. Yo, that's pretty scary. We're about to get to the who's number one. I got a bug or something here. Get out of here. I can't get him. He's too fast. I'm going to get you later, bro. It's a bug, guys. Quan says definitely should be illegal because you just won't get tired if you take it. Yeah. I don't know what the side effects are. What are the side effects? Side effects, it can increase heart rate, anxiety, and insomnia. Ugh, that's terrible. Yo, I ain't messing with my sleep, which may interfere with athletic performance. Addiction potential. It's a stimulant and can be addictive. So we saw PJ Barch, he had to change high schools. Doping violations. Vyvanse is listed as a prohibited substance in many sports by the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA. Athletes who use Vyvanse without a valid therapeutic use exemption, TUE, may face disciplinary action. So that's what happened with him. I don't want to hear him complaining again, bro, because he shouldn't have been on that, or he should have had his doctor's note with him. So we got another jiu-jitsu brand impacted by the tariffs. So I think we talked about King's Kimonos. They let a lot of athletes go. So now we got Scramble. You guys, I know some of you guys like Scramble. Rich Homie Quan don't wear Scramble, but you know us plebeians can wear Scramble. I don't know if I got him. You know, we can't all afford AP and show you roll, Quan. Quan, that's all Rich Homie Quan wear. Jason says, let's say you got PJ Bart smoking weed and Joseph Chin on the Adderall. Who wins? Jesus, I don't know. I don't want to see Joseph Chin on Adderall. He might become super Chin. Super Chin. I don't know, bro. I don't know. He might be already be on Adderall for all I know. I don't know. I just want people to be clean. I mean, we know Joseph Chin ain't studying. we know he ain't studying. You don't need that. So we got Scramble. Says important changes to the USA store. Due to recent import tariff changes and uncertainty, the US store will be temporarily limited to only certain items from Friday, May 25th. We hope to have the store running at full capacity again soon. Sign up to our newsletter for the latest information. So, yeah, so we don't know what's going to happen with some of these gi brands. You know, these gi brands usually are produced in like Pakistan and Vietnam and other countries. Is that him? No, that's not him. Can we find where that is? Yeah, so like all your gis, your show-your-roll gis, your King's Kimonos, all those gis outside of Origin. I believe Origin is I should have just opened up a different tab. Let's see. Origin gi. I believe Origin is the only one made in America. Hey. We'll check them out real quick. But let's see. Quan, you gonna support? Nah, Quan said he's sticking with his show your roll and AP. Let's see. Pakistan. How you spell Pakistan? Yo, who texted me over here? Let's see. Oh, there we go, guys. All right, Quan, we're gonna see where they make your show your roll gis. Quan says they need to bring manufacturing their gear back to USA. It's all about cost, right? So let's see where most of your gis are made, guys. They made there in Pakistan. That was loud. That's where your show your roll gis made, Quan.
ये बताएं हम किस शहर में हैं? ये सियालकोट है। सियालकोट है। तो यहाँ पे क्या इसके इंटरव्यू भी ले लो। यहाँ पे बनता क्या है? यहाँ पे हर चीज़ बनती है। क्या चीज़ बता दें? अच्छी चीज़ क्या है? ये देखिए ये पकौड़े बन रहे हैं। पकौड़े के लिए मशहूर है क्या? खरोड़े बहुत मशहूर है। पाए जिन्हें बोलते हैं पाए। नहीं लेकिन ये यहाँ पे बनता क्या है जो बाहर एक्सपोर्ट होता है? ये पकौड़े तो नहीं एक्सपोर्ट होते। ये स्पोर्ट्स का सामान बनता है। स्पोर्ट्स का ये सारा स्पोर्ट। It may not look like it, but we're in one of the biggest manufacturing hubs of martial arts and MMA gear, in the world. Okay. Those cows are gonna make some great boxing gloves one day. So, this is Sialkot, and we're gonna take a quick tour and show you guys around, see where a lot of the gear that you're wearing comes from, and the children who make it. So I'm here at a shop in Seattle with my good friend Shadi Ali.
I think invert gear might be made in Europe. Hey, don't throw inverted gear under the bus.
3-4 साल से ठीक है तो बेसिकली मैं लोगों को ये
Yeah, grab your inverted gear, guys.
क्या सिस्टम है अभी हमने फैक्ट्री का थोड़ा सा हमने वो फिल्म बनाया यहाँ से
This is the guy that be up in everybody's DMs trying to sell them on stuff.
ठीक है तो ये सारा सामान अब कहाँ से आ रहा है
ये मुख्तलिफ मेकर्स वगैरह हमें मिला के देते हैं
अच्छा
ये सियालकोट सिटी से आ रहे हैं
यहाँ पे कितनी दुकानें होंगी इस
तकरीबन 300-350
350 दुकानें और मार्शल आर्ट्स गुड
नहीं
मुख्तलिफ
स्पोर्ट्स में और मार्शल आर्ट में
इससे सस्ता कहीं से मिल जाएगा सामान इससे सस्ता और इससे इस तरह की क्वालिटी का
बड़ी मुश्किल से मिलेगा
बड़ी मुश्किल अच्छा हम हैं साजिद अली के पास मोस्ट वेल स्पोर्ट्स में हाँ मोस्ट वेल स्पोर्ट्स पे तो अगर कभी चक्कर लगाया सियालकोट का प्लीज़ यहाँ इस दुकान पे आ जाएंगे बहुत अच्छा बनता है ये बहुत मुनासिब रेट देगा मैं सही बोल रहा हूँ मैं I've been everywhere here it's a very fair person बड़े भाई
That's where they make all the gear. That's where Shoei Roll, AP, everybody, Kings. I don't know about inverted gear. You know, we special at inverted gear.
So basically, we're at one of the many factories in Sialkot. This one specializes in heat. We're just checking out, making sure everything's going okay with some of the orders that we have. You guys can take a look, see what's going on. This is the process that goes through. There's cheese being made for about, I don't know, 10 members of the Christian family right now.
They don't even know what the geese for. Oh, they're showing them? He's like, dang, I didn't know that's what we made for. Yo. Okay, so pretty educational there. So that's where your geese are being made, guys, in Pakistan.
Are gonna make some.
You know, these are the people that be sliding into your DMs trying to sell you on products. This guy right here, and, you know, where's the other dude at? That's where the geese are made, bro. Looks like a Gracie patch right there. I see the Gracie patch. It says AP has made their made in Brazil series of geese. So hopefully they are made in Brazil. You know, sometimes I think even Shoei Roll, shout out Shoei Roll, they would, you know, it'll be made in China, made in Vietnam, made in Pakistan, but, you know, put together or designed in California, you know, designed in USA. So, you know, some of these brands, you know, Quan AP for life, bro. Quan gonna defend them. I'm defending inverted gear. Quan defending AP. Yo, Quan. I don't know where they make their geese. I have no idea. I'm saying for AP. Let's go back. I'm trying to keep these tabs open so I can go back to them too. So you guys know AP. I don't think everybody knows AP, Quan. So they're pretty cool. You know, they do a lot of there you go, made in Brazil. They do a lot of kind of like specialty gear. You know, they do like partnerships with other brands like SB Dunks and some other people. You know, they do like these cool collabs that the other brands don't really do. You know, here's a little care package. Not for me.
Wow.
Yeah, they got some cool gear, shorts.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, RV. Oh, so cool.
Shout out to RV, he's the main guy at AP.
Oh man,
Quan, where's your care package at?
Last night makes me want to train tonight.
Nelson, where's my care package at, Nelson?
Going tomorrow.
I need a care
going
package.
With this guy. Thank you, Ryan.
I need a care package, Nelson.
Ooh. And I can't lie. Fucking with these. Ain't gonna lie.
Got the shoe. AP got you in the sandals. Got you in the Jesus sandals.
Yeah, good with the sock.
With the foam. You good, bro? Quan, I know you got those. Quan, you got those? Quan like those Nike Airs, Air Maxes. Yo, Quan. Okay, that's pretty cool. So Quan said they made in Brazil. Let's see.
Alright guys, I'm back with another unboxing.
You got this, Geek Quan?
I know, I'm coming at you with 2 unboxings and you...
Danny says, sadly my black and pink breast cancer awareness AP gi sleeve shrunk on me. Same with one of my older inverted gears. Aw. Well, go ahead and pass it along, bro. Pass it along. That's what I would do with my gis to Quan. Like, all right, Quan, might show your real strength. Here you go.
It's something that I don't think I will be ordering in the future because, one, it hurt my wallet quite a bit, but it was also something I've always wanted.
I just want to see the gi, bro.
Those are most...
Quan said Air Max 1, baby, yeah.
There you are.
He said also the Pakistan people are good at making martial arts gear.
So that's the
Crocs all day.
Little
Quan, you getting old, bro. You in the Crocs and Air Maxes.
Albino and Brado.
I just want to see the gi, bro.
Or
that's I like that gi bag. Look at that.
So there you get a nice little tote bag.
You see that? That's cool. All right, that's nice. That's nice.
And P, so you can see the A right there.
Oh,
plus is
that's pretty cool.
Sign, and then the P right
I don't like the regular gear bags with the stretchy thing. I don't like that. That's kind of cool. The tote.
Yeah. So, anyways, I got this in black because black is usually better.
We're gonna look at that video next, guys.
Gi's, I guess, quote unquote longevity because the stains and whatnot don't really get onto it.
Stains.
Anyways,
what kind of grappling this dude doing? Stains?
First,
what are you talking about?
Gi.
Stains? Sweat stains?
So this gi right here,
some questions better left unanswered.
And so that's usually good for people that are like me who are,
I don't listen to this dude ramble on. Does that say made in Brazil?
In Brazil?
Manufactured in Brazil. All right, Quan was right. Bro, I'm just looking to see if it was made in Brazil. Like, manufactured in Brazil, designed in California. Awesome, cool. All right, so guys, I don't know where inverted gear is made. I think we're made in Europe. But for sure, they said this particular gi was manufactured in Brazil. So you guys can support that if you want. Let's check out Origin. But we'll come back to the AP because they had a good little video here. So Origin, let's see their story. Give them a subscribe. Pay the like tax. That's cool. Oh wow, that's how it's made. Oh wow, that's some serious equipment, guys. Yeah, so it would be a big investment for some of these gi brands to bring their manufacturing to America. That's cool. Quan, when you switching over to Original gi? Oh wow, got the laser cutter. Wow. That's pretty cool, man. I kind of want to go visit there now. Check them out. I believe they also make blue jeans there. Then he says it's gold BJJ manufactured in America. Well, we gotta check out because I don't know. Yo, they got the machine. The machine's over there doing the embroidery. Dang. That's wild. Look at that. They can't do that in Pakistan like that. We get to do this. That's pretty cool. So man, if you want to support an American brand, there you go, Origin right there. I'm not the biggest fan of their gis. Obviously, I inverted gear for life. I really don't like their pants. They got the belt buckle pant. We got a few people that wear their gis at Iron Horse. You still got the lady over there. Gotta hit that seam. I would have messed that up, guys. I would have had that thing crooked. Dang. Yeah, I would have messed everything up. Yo, they're putting that gi together. Yo. Yo. That's cool. It's crazy. Everything used to be made like this back in the day. I guess everything is still kind of made by hand, right? Somebody still gotta do the last finishing touches. Yo, that's pretty cool. Oh, wow. They gotta go in and put everything together. Wow. There's a lot of work that goes into this, guys. So make sure you're taking care of your gis. Don't just throw them out and throw them away. Donate them. Reuse them. Repurpose them. I don't know. Do something with them. Don't throw them out. Got the quality check. Yo, quality control over here. That looked like an A0. That's a kid's gi. Dang, that's amazing. Wow. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. Man, go support Origin, guys. That was a good, nice little video. Do we see the AP? Origin versus Shoyoroll.
2009. And I was getting into the sport because both of the gis that I'm talking,
yeah,
not that I didn't.
Oh, he's got the gi on. Let's see.
The gis don't shrink. Great company that's made half of whether Origin Nano.
Juan says main reason I get AP is they resell easily after I'm done with. That's true.
In my mind, it's going to take a little bit more time. It's going to take some more testing for me to understand whether it is. But damn, guys, this is a nice gi. And that's a great company that's manufacturing gis. They have shaken what I think I've understood about gis for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Let me tell you why. The gis don't shrink. They don't shrink at all. I wash this gi on high heat, hot water, throw it in the dryer, high heat, take it right out. It looks exactly the same as it did before. I love that. I love that these guys solved that. I love what they're doing with pants. You purchase pants that match your waist size, and they give you this new belt mechanism, which I did not like at first. When I first saw it come out, I thought that was a huge mistake. After I purchased it and I started using it, can't believe other gis haven't switched over to
You
something.
cannot compete in these
think
gis,
about
guys.
Pants and like the last innovation that came out in gi pants. I think it was like 2012, 2013 when they came out with the elastic drawstring for pants. Because when I started in 2009, it was still like basically shoelaces that were in your pants that you use. So then when the elastic drawstrings came out, like blew my mind. I was like, oh, of course. Why haven't we been doing this? I switched all my pants to the elastic drawstring, and I view this as the same. I love the fact that I don't have to walk around tying my pants up throughout the class. You know, it's not something that you're really thinking about when you're doing it, because you're just like, this is part of jujitsu. But when you don't have to do it, you're like, oh man, I can't believe I went so long in that kind of environment. So anyway, love the innovations that Origin has come out with. Love the fact that it's American made. Love the community. Love the messaging of quality products made here in the USA. With thoughtfulness, with innovation, pushing the limits, making IBJJF and other gi manufacturers rethink, you know, what it is to be a good gi. And I bring that up only because I know Origin gis are often not allowed in IBJJF.
Yep, they're not allowed.
I hope that changes soon, because
that won't
that's
change.
ridiculous. They make incredible products. They make incredibly comfortable products. High quality products, $240 for like mid-tier nano pearl weave gi.
That ain't mid-tier, bro.
It's a lot of money, but
mid-tier.
It is something
that ain't no mid-tier gi, bro.
It's definitely worth the money. I am going to say, I don't know how important this is yet, but I just discovered today. Just discovered it today, and it totally changed my script, my thinking about this particular video. I just discovered pilling in my Origin gi today.
No.
And I had seen it. I'd seen other videos that.
Well, it's a gi, bro. Listen, you wearing it, it's getting rubbed and crashed and grabbed. It's gonna have some wear and tear, guys. Jason says, can you explain why we can't compete in certain gis? Well, IBJJF has all this stuff information. So I believe last year they changed all the rules. So I can tell you the pants. You can't have that belt loop pant. If you don't know the pants, let's see if you can find it up here. Yeah, you can't even have the pant like that, bro. And I believe the weave. Yeah, the weave is, you can't use the weave. The pant can't have the pant the way it is. Gi pant, bro. Yeah, look at these gi pants, bro. Oh, let's listen. Oh, here we go. 240, yeah.
We have a lot of fans, but I asked you guys to give me.
Let's look at their belt mechanism. Yeah, so the belt mechanism has to go. You can't have that in competition.
We've been testing this. I wore one of our products at the Worlds last year, and it is the best choice I ever made. When you have this belt on, you cinch it once, it stays, your pants stay snug around your waist.
Danny says, are they banned due to the drawstring? Couldn't you just replace it with the drawstring?
Pulling the back of your pants down, it actually slides.
Also, the way the pants are constructed, you gotta the fly. The pants have a fly on them, I think.
We'll go over there and I'll show you. But check this out. So last year, so like rope belts. All right, guys, check this out. Let's just stick that on. Follow me. First things first.
So yeah, this, you see this thing here? That thing in the middle, can't have that.
The belt system is
can't have that pant with the crotch in it.
Being innovative
the fly.
isn't easy, all right? There's risk involved in that. But we try to minimize the risk, so we test the heck out of this stuff. You know, we're not just like, oh, let's come up with a new product. No, man, we've been at this loop, so it just slides naturally through it. The other thing we have is this neoprene flap, which sits really softly against. Quick slide release.
Yeah, you definitely can't have that belt.
And you have your
and you see the pants? You see the fly? You can't have that.
How these
can't have that, guys. That can't go on there. You see how the fly opened up? Right there?
Fly.
Yeah, I missed it. Dang it.
We standardized how.
I missed it.
Release.
Okay, see the fly open? Can't have your fly open. Can't have the belt. I believe the weave of their gis is also. You see the weave they have? You know what kind of weave that is, Quan? I think you mentioned it here. You guys got Jocko over here. Nano Pearl. You can't have the Nano Pearl weave.
10 years and one impossible mission, to build gis in America.
Yeah, you can't do the Nano Pearl weave.
The team behind me is sewing it, and the looms right below my feet are weaving and looming the fabric. I'm gonna get into the details of what it takes to build
Quan
the
says too
world's
pricey for a gi that is in
best,
collaboration with
most
some random
innovative
Japanese artist or
performance-driven
skate
jiu-jitsu
brand.
component. Our new
I mean, Quan would pay that
Nano
money if you
Pearl
did,
weave,
you know, the
I've been
collab
training
with the Japanese artist,
It's
right,
a
Quan?
phenomenal blend of old school feel with new school performance. And a lot of people, they look at a jiu-jitsu gi and they're like, oh, that looks cool, that's stylish. I like the logo placement, but how does it perform? Here in New England,
Yeah, the whole
in this
weave is, you
jiu-jitsu
can't wear that
factory,
weave.
We're thinking about biomechanics. We're thinking about textile science and yarn science and twist multiples, how it's going to react to your body, how the sweat's going to be pulled away from your body. Over the last decade, we've really perfected yarn science and obviously the textile science itself. This is our polysynth
I mean, you
yarn.
can still wear the gi, you know.
It's extremely
I'm gonna push you
strong.
to
The
inverted
properties
gear,
of
but
the
you can
yarn,
still wear
first of all,
origin if that's what you
the
like.
properties are built in. They're not covered with a chemical or they're not coated with something to give it the properties. In this case, it's not only ultra strong, but it's also lightweight. Most importantly, it cools as you're training, it dries as you're training, and it's wicking moisture away from your body as you're training. If you were to do an exploded view of a single strand of yarn and you peeled it apart, I'm going to use white and black so you can see what it looks like, you would see yarns that are twisted together, okay? They twist like this. Now the amount of twist we call twist multiple. If you twist it too much, you might create a spring. If you twist it too little, they'll slide apart. Because it's jiu-jitsu and because it's created to grip and rip and pull, you're trying to tear the clothing
You know that
off
guy
of
be
your
sweating
opponent.
on you and
It's got to
crushing you.
have the right twist. So twist multiple, number one, is important. And when you get two of them twisted together, this yarn is plied. And when you ply the yarns, they're a little bit offset. So they tuck into one another to create the strength in the yarn.
All right, that's the yarn. Someone asked about gold BJJ. I don't know. Are they made in America? I don't know. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea, guys. I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea if they're made in America. IBJF rules meeting, meaning the weave gi feels too good banned. Yeah. Let's see if we can find. You know, they don't have anything. They got some of the rules. I don't think they posted everything though. This is more about the fit of the gi.
IBJJF's official gi checker tool ensures that the athlete's uniform complies
You can buy that
with
tool. I think I got it too
IBJJF's
somewhere.
requirements
I
by
don't know, somewhere.
verifying overall measurement criteria. It is important to note that there are additional uniform rules beyond what the gi checker tool verifies. The following 8 steps will assist athletes in complying with length with arm.
So look at this weave. You see this weave? I believe this is a pearl weave. I believe you're only supposed to wear one type of weave, guys. I could be wrong, but that's not the nano pearl that they have with Origin. It has to be a certain weave, and let's see if we can find gi requirements, regulations. Yeah. So a couple years ago, I believe like a year or two ago, they changed the rules for the uniform. Gis should be tailored using cotton or cotton-like fabric only. The fabric should not be so thick or hard as to impede an opponent from gripping it. A gi fashioned from woven fabric is mandatory for all age divisions. It is permitted to wear kimono with EVA, the foam, or similar material inside the collar if the measure of size and rigidity regulations provided in the IBJF rulebook. Let's see. I don't see the other information. Here you go. Finishing. Fabric. It's got to be made with embossed braided fabric. So the texture of the fabric construction provides the necessary grip during practice of jiu-jitsu. So that nano pearl or nano weave, there's no gripping on the fabric, right? Composition. The kimono jacket must be made with 100% cellulose fiber, cotton, hemp, bamboo, eucalyptus, etc., or a mixture of no less than 90% cellulose fiber with no more than 10% synthetic fiber. The GSM of the fabric for the kimono jacket must be between 380 GSM and 650. So I don't really know what GSM means, but I don't think the Origin gi fits that one. Construction. It is mandatory to use fabrics with embossed braided constructions. Fabrics with canvas, which I believe that's what the nano weave is. It's more of a canvas or twill construction, will not be accepted for the kimono jacket. The pants must be made of a single fabric. Crotch area can be made with embossed braided fabric. So it has to be one piece. And while the crotch can be reinforced with the braided fabric, it's got to be one piece. You can't have a fly on there. Kimono pants must be made with 100% fire. Yeah, okay. The GSM, the use of fabrics with twill or ripstop construction are mandatory. Okay. Reinforcements. So you see where the reinforcements are. So I think a lot of where the Origin gi is reinforced, I don't think you can have that. Kimono pants. There's rules on that. Kimono finishing. So, Origin gis usually have that thing on the side. So the use of kimono with EVA or similar material inside the collar will be allowed as long as the size and rigidity regulations provided for the rulebook are respected. It is not to be allowed to use a stripe lacing around the collar of the gi. So a lot of your Origin gis. Can we find the Origin gi? Where's the Origin gi at? I don't know where it is. Can I find Origin gi? Where's Origin gi at? I just had it up. Yeah, so a lot of the Origin gis you can't wear. They got the thing on the side. Some of them you can wear. Actually, you should be able to wear some of these gis. So you see also where they're reinforced. You see how it's going in that pattern? I don't think you can have that either. So yeah, it's just this one you might be able to wear. This one looks okay. Yeah, I'm not certain. I wouldn't risk it. You get out there, they're like, you can't compete in this, sir. That happened to me one time. I wore a inverted gear gi, but it was knitted. It had like a different knitted pattern, so I couldn't wear that. Quan says also when competing at IBJF events, they will force the gi checker tool into your sleeve to make sure that the sweet shoyu roll or AP gear passes inspection. Yeah, you got to make sure you get through there. He says my arm was hurting after they gi checked my cheater AP gi. Yeah, that means that gi was too tight. Rich homie Quan. So we got one more video, guys. It says the Who's Number One breakdown with Nicky Ryan. So I was gonna do a longer one, but I'm kind of tired, so we're gonna do the shorter one.
We're here at WNO in Round Rock. We just finished up the first few matches for the B team guys. So yeah, let's just go analyze what happened.
Right, so we got through the prelims and the first match of the main card. So first up we had Taylor.
Yeah.
First of the B team, and she killed it, dominated.
It was close though, guys. It was close.
All of the match. There were a couple.
It was close.
Sub attempts in there.
There was like one sub attempt from Trinity from like close guard. There was like an arm bar situation, but
it was
she
close,
was able
man.
to,
it was closer than they're saying.
Limp arm out.
She cemented a pass, yes, or two.
Was it cemented?
I think she cemented a pass, yeah.
I'd have to rewatch, but I'm pretty sure she did.
All right. Well, she pretty much dominated.
Towards the end, it was close, bro. She finished the match in a submission.
It was sick to watch.
Yeah, well, you were cornering the majority for Taylor. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, she looked good. She did a great job of breaking connections early, not letting her enter into close guard. The way that Trinity did get to close guard was off of a shot, which will sometimes happen. The only criticism I would say about the match is the getting out of close guard. A lot of times she would stand up, and then as soon as Trinity would hook her leg, she would collapse back down. You just have to fully commit to vertical posture in that case, and then either kick out, high leg out, or go into wedging back takes,
or get
things
swept.
like that when they try and enter into the legs.
Or get swept.
So yeah, that would be my one and only criticism, is just getting better at escaping the close guard.
The thing is, the girl had a body triangle.
As she was standing up, she was.
Look, the girl had a body triangle. Nikki Ryan, she had a body triangle. You think you're gonna stand up out of that? That when they put the body triangle, it puts pressure on your lower back, making it harder to stand up. So, you gotta deal with your athlete. If your athlete doesn't feel comfortable standing up, I mean, that's on her. She's making adjustments out there. So you gotta trust your athletes. It's easy for the coach to be like, well, you should have done this, and that, and blah blah blah. But then you put the coach out there, coach mess up too, probably. And this is more of a position you don't really see with the guys as much. You see it more with the girls, so that really locks in the lower back. If you guys studied Adele, she does this a lot, and I'll be honest, it's really hard to stand up. So I think that was a bad take by Nikki Ryan. I could be wrong. I'm human too. He's human. We both make mistakes, but I think that was a bad take.
Worried about Trin entering her legs, so she was kind of hesitant. But it's like, if you're gonna get out of close guard, you're gonna have to give up some access to legs for a little bit.
It's better you posture all the way up, so you.
Yeah, you have
can't posture all the way up. That's the thing. You can't posture all the way up, guys.
Definitely agree there. But pretty much a dominant match for Taylor.
For sure. Next up was J-Dog. No.
Yeah,
J-Dog.
yeah, J-Dog was next. Yep.
Okay.
Dang.
Dude, breaks my heart. He was killing it. Past his guard, past Benetti's guard.
That was the best match.
Like two times,
maybe even three times.
Yeah. Remember correctly?
Yeah.
Two, maybe three
right
times.
Right to north-south.
And really held him there. Like, I'm seeing this, and I'm like, all right, he's got this in the bag. It's going to be, like we're just thinking about submitting and not, surviving or getting the win on decision. And then Benetti did a good job regarding. Obviously, he's still dangerous the whole way through. He was wrestling way more than I thought he would. I don't know if you guys were surprised by that, but I thought he was just going to pull right away or jump guard or something. But Benetti was wrestling more than anticipated.
Yeah, I was definitely expecting Benetti to wrestle a little bit, but then try to use one of J-Dog's shots to get to close guard. Yeah. Similar to what happened with Trin and Taylor. I figured that was Benetti's strategy.
Yeah, I figured, he was going to try and stand and just bait shots into close guard.
And then basically out of, was it in close guard, or was it an open guard?
Near pass for, like J-Dog was trying to pass.
I'm pretty sure he was
throw his leg
split
over
squat.
somehow.
I could be wrong about this, but from what I remember, I think he was split squat, and he did a really good job of the entire match of, rather than playing with an underhook, playing with the thumb post in the armpit. And then in that moment, he kind of messed up and dug for an underhook.
Yep, that was
and that allowed Benetti to get his overhook, and he started throwing legs up into rubber guard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hard to account for, guys. How many people can do this?
And
right from an underhook.
Dug for an underhook, and that allowed Benetti to get his overhook, and he started throwing legs up into rubber guard.
My knee hurts.
Then I think the main mistake he made, because it's not really wrong to go for underhooks in that situation, it's just particularly against Benetti, it's not the best.
Maybe only when you're like already through with your knee for.
Yeah, you have to at least get over the knee before you start digging for those underhooks. And plus, Benetti's whole thing is to get an overhook and work it to close guard, rubber guard. So he got that overhook, ended up going to rubber guard. He was initially going for a Hindulatine. J-Dog did a great job of posturing up. And then I think that he should have just stayed posturing up, start working in a knee behind the hamstring, and limp arming out.
Dove?
Yeah.
Kind of rolled forward.
Bro, what was he gonna do there, bro?
I think he was a bit worried about
he didn't know what was going on.
The Hindulatine, so he was like, let me try to expose an omoplata with a forward roll. But,
so he tried to like roll forward for the omoplata. And then locked up.
His head was controlled. How was he going to roll forward?
Yeah. He did a forward roll out of the omoplata while Ben still had control over it, over the head. So he ended up in a mounted triangle and unfortunately ended up getting finished in that situation.
But man, J-Dog was honestly dominating. Like if that match happens again, it's a simple mistake that J-Dog can fix, and then
He'll get him next time.
It's a dominant win.
Yeah.
So
watch out, Benetti.
Great performance. I mean, dude, Benetti is an experienced competitor. J-Dog, you know, is very, very good, but you know, still not as much experience as Benetti.
In jiu-jitsu.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Benetti's been competing in jiu-jitsu for you know, as long as J-Dog's been doing.
Hundreds of years.
Exactly. A millennia, just as old as my uncle over here.
Yes. Any words about the? Wow.
Meant a few words.
It really is your people, huh? Like stone, rock solid. That's what I mean.
That's how hard I am.
Next on the menu, Woj, baby.
Dude.
Fucking belly, or wait, what was it?
It was a belly down straight ankle lock.
But we're hearing talks about the trend. What are they saying? Is it trend?
Dog. I don't know.
Call it a fucking
It's
trend.
a trend. Yeah. They say that
Lock straight to the veins. Mate, to the unlearned few, like these nincompoops over here, it looks like a belly down Achilles, but to the learned mathematician, scientist of the game, it's a trenbolone lock, okay? It's where you use utmost strength to explode the other person's leg.
He's saying that, guys. I'm not saying, I'm reacting, guys.
Wojcik is a nightmare to deal with. He's just so dangerous from everywhere.
I'm reacting. I don't know what these guys are saying or doing
Bro,
or
it's
taking.
so dangerous
I don't know.
going against that guy. But dude, he entered 50-50 and then had him in a Woj lock, and I honestly thought it was going to be done there.
He looked like he's like, nah, I don't have it. I don't know.
I had to ask.
Yeah, I thought it would finish too. It looked like the guy was like raising his hand in it.
I actually thought he did tap for a sec, but I was the only person who thought this. And then he let go of the Woj and then ended up with the trend. Belly down trend.
He's so good with ankle locks, man.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
So congrats to Woj. He's happy about it, but doesn't show much of it. He just kind of like double thumbs
Great
up,
guys.
and just like back to not much.
My ankle hurts watching that.
Outburst.
So that's for the prelims, and then first round of the main card, Owen Jones.
O.J. Simpson brings us up to date. So it was a little. There were some wrestling exchanges at the beginning.
There are only two teams in
I was kind of sitting behind
Texas.
Lena,
There's like
so
three
I
teams.
saw like something at the beginning.
New Wave,
Dude,
Six Blades.
Julian hit like a
There's
nice
no
slide
other in
by.
Planet. Okay, there's
to
4
near
teams in
back
Texas.
Take. It was like I thought it was a slide by. I thought it was like a
There's
slide
millions
by
of
or
people in
shuck,
Texas. There's
and
only
then
4
he
teams.
Goes and jumps for the back. Then they kind of like do like a forward roll, and then the scramble ends up in like neutral. They end up just separating and then
standing,
wrestling
still?
again.
Okay.
And then it's kind of like back and forth on the feet. Owen plays guard a little bit, but then when they stand up, Owen actually hits a nice Kikuchi double. I think it was, or at least arm drag to double, takes him right down.
Near the far end of the match from us. Yeah, I think it was like an arm drag Koichi.
Yeah.
Sat him down. Then Julian kind of like says something about it. He's like, "Oh, good one," or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you see. Julian,
Oh, I didn't even see
I don't know
that.
if you saw
I
that, but
didn't see.
yeah, Julian's like nice. Maybe
This
nice
was a pretty
takedown
good
or
card, huh?
something.
Did you guys enjoy the card?
Then what?
I had a lot of people.
There's some good, back and forth
Twitch was,
exchanges.
rating
and,
my live stream that day.
Owen's looking to like, fall back into legs. Julian's also looking for leg locks as well. Against
They both
Owen.
had good attacks, good counters, good defenses. Going.
Yeah, then ultimately.
Crab right in there.
Yeah, there's a good crab ride attempt, and I forget when it really changed, but then Owen comes up on top.
I think
and
BJJ
then,
starts this weekend,
starts his
so
passing
maybe
pressure, and then you
let me
could see
check.
like there was a big. Maybe
I could do the pre-show.
Difference in stamina. You know, Julian started to fatigue a little bit. Owen started going for kind of like his patented north-south passing. Ends up solidifying the pass. Julian goes to turtle, and then you see Owen get a good Kikuchi and inserts the first hook. Was able to stretch him out a little bit and get the second hook in to lock a body triangle. Then he was in there for like a minute or
on the back for
a little bit.
Yeah, he locked up a strangle, but like kind of.
I guess the angle was a little off or something.
Yeah, I was surprised that didn't finish.
Yeah,
to be honest, I thought the first one had it. Yeah.
I think Julian was like he had his shoulder high, like on the side. The hands were
26th of April.
Really like
so Saturday.
Clean, you know what I mean, like clean figure 4.
Mm-hmm.
But then he locked it up again.
He has some good switch attempts. Trying to switch
the switch king over here.
Yeah, trying to switch it, and then ultimately, locked up the rear naked choke, and then finished that strangle. It was sick. He started screaming.
Strip club.
Well,
I went to a strip club and still won.
I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, guys. I'm zoomed up a little bit.
We are here. The simple men have returned.
From battle, we won.
Yep. What is he eating?
All right, so we just finished up Nicky Rod versus Kainan. Let's go through the analysis. All right, you tell us your analysis.
Take it away.
I have no idea what happened, but I made it out.
It was a fucking blur. Dude, we're proud. The simple men on top.
A little bit of adversity at the beginning of the match. Took me down, got my back, but I was like, shh.
Yep.
So BT is good because they do a lot of that defense there. That 4-point defense.
I got up from bottom. He looked at me. I was like,
I saw it broke. I saw that.
Dude, literally, I think it was like a minute or 2 minutes in. Kainan's coming out crazy, and I go to Nicky Ryan, and I'm like, he's gonna gas himself out. And then Nicky was like, yes, you heard me.
I heard you say it. And the first
what is Nicky eating, guys?
Collar tie exchanges, he was moving.
He was
lightning.
He was
speed.
whacking me.
BJ Stars is Stack Card, Donatas, Gracie, Mika Gaval, Isaac, Roberto, John Blank, Oliver Taza, Ryder Dorsey.
If it does sustain, that's a problem.
What weight class is it, guys? It's about three different weight classes.
Properly for 15 minutes. That was like the first thing that we talked about.
I think he breaks everybody in practice. Like
maybe it's some sushi or something.
Guys, feels like
oh, no, that's the microphone.
Yeah.
I thought he was
so
eating the
basically
microphone.
What happened was
I thought he had the microphone. I thought he was eating that.
Nicky Rod. You could see Nicky Rod was pacing himself properly for a 15-minute match. Kainan comes out crazy every WNO match, so we prepared for that. And then
eating blueberry. Oh, Jesus.
You know, actually got up to a single. You put in a whizzer and he used that to run the pipe, right?
Yeah, he's funny.
He's like, just take it, bro. Take it.
Oh, my thing's. Sorry.
So
Thank you.
Kainan got to a single. Nicky Rod inserts a whizzer, and then. Kainan did a good job of running the pipe when he inserted that whizzer. I feel
he's
like
a mixed bag, guys. Let's be honest here. He's a mixed bag.
He wouldn't have got your back.
I don't think he would have gotten to your back. But anyways,
he's a mixed bag,
Granbies were also working until.
Granbies were working very well, and then you did a great job of the 4-point escapes. That's something that we worked on, like, a lot for this camp.
That's why I was so comfortable there. I was like, it's not.
Dude, you did so many rounds after your last match. It's like I knew.
Also, Shark Tank rounds. Like you're doing all these movements when you're already like 3 fresh guys.
I was fucking tired in practice, bro. We had some hard sessions.
Makes that shit way easier.
So I was able to withstand the storm, and then
the highlight of the match, like what, 12 minutes of smothering. It felt like at least 10.
Kind of.
A long fucking time of just.
Gordon, we looked at the video Gordon put out how to get out of
at least
mount.
10, potentially more. But it's hard to remember. It was a blur.
The thing is, like, who can
getting his
roll
elbows
Kainan
up.
At Atos?
Even
like,
from
bro,
here, he
everybody's just like,
still
what am I supposed to do?
I could have done a better job of committing to the submission. But I think, what was I thinking? I was like, either I can go for the submission, lose the position.
You should have gone for the submission.
It doesn't matter, I just get it back.
You should have gone for the submission, but
what do I do? I
do?
try to submit him harder.
I'm not fighting those dudes.
Just going
hold them out.
Yeah, I tried, instead of just holding him out and going for arm triangle, like, I should have used like the meat hook. Try to get.
You can also dismount. You can dismount to like kimuras and shit, because you have a great kimura
Jason
system
says
as well.
185. Mika and a
You do
couple
want to be
others went up
smart.
in
You
weight.
know, like if you're mount, you should.
Well,
the only
Taza
reason
went
you
up
should
2
dismount
weights.
is because he bucked
Taza
you
does
off.
66
or something.
kilograms, guys.
2 or 3 minutes left. Like after all that dominating, I should have just like.
Yeah, people at 66,
it was actually like a debate
77, and 88.
Nicky was saying,
why would they
like
do
at
all
minute
this?
1, let's just tell him to go for submissions, like start looking for submissions because he dominated the round, and then
Roberto
it was
Jimenez
actually
just
Dima's
fought
call
heavyweight.
to just have you keep dominating on
He
top.
fought
It was
heavyweight at
probably leading to a
Pans.
victory, so I don't think there's a wrong call there.
Yeah,
Which is
But,
like, I
And
don't know,
that last smother,
205 or
holy
something.
shit,
Dude,
I was waiting to go for that for a while.
Bro, that was sick.
If you had done that,
Kainan's all over the place,
earlier
bro.
on, and he
Sometimes he
got
does
out,
good,
and then
sometimes
again
he's
he
like-
would be so
Kind of reminds me of Urbith. You guys remember Urbith?
I was thinking about that the whole time. I was like, I lose it a lot in practice because these guys know it's coming. But I think if you don't expect it, you like let it sink in, and then before you know it, like, what the fuck? I
and
gotta
you start
get out.
panicking. Yeah.
No, he was definitely panicking, man. Yeah, if you did that like a few minutes earlier, he would have been cooked.
Yeah.
But dude, great shit, great performance. Did you call somebody out? Or you were just like, I was just compete against myself.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. They're like, who do you want next?
Amazing.
I was like, just me versus me out there, boy. Whoever.
They're like filming. They're like a.
Training at B team's gotta be crazy, bro.
He has schizophrenia.
Shit.
Dude.
All right, guys. So yeah, we got BJJ Stars coming up. Brasileiros next week. Atlanta Open next week. Yeah, we got too much stuff coming up. So I'll try to keep you guys up to date. Tomorrow I got training in the morning, so we'll see. Maybe later live stream. Was there anything else we were supposed to cover today? I think I covered a ton. Jason says, come on, Mika versus Roberto, fight of the year. I think they used to fight as kids. It depends on which Roberto we get. You know, Roberto, depending on who he's fighting, he can't defend a heel hook. And then the other matches, he'd be doing amazing. So flying arm bars and stuff. So I don't know. It depends on which Roberto is there. And you got some other really good people too. But I think those two probably are the ones that beat Mika Gaval and Roberto. I was fighting Roberto back in the day. I don't want to fight him no more. He's kind of big. How is he making 185? Guys, Roberto's huge. He's got to cut a lot of weight. He needs that Adderall. That Adderall get him good. I think that's all I wanted to cover. We covered a lot of stuff. If you guys can, check out the USA Wrestling Open. We had Lovato. I think that was the first story I covered. If you guys missed it, Lovato got third place there in the Masters division. So yeah, there he is right there. You guys see him. Pinning people. Yo, that's awesome. Well, I think that's it, guys. I'm going to dip, get some food and cardio and whatever else. So I'll see you guys soon. Check out the sponsors, Inverted Gear, BJ Mental Models. We got a video for BJ Mental Models coming out soon, but I'm behind schedule. So I think that's it, guys. I'm going to play my intro, and I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow. It'll be later in the afternoon, East Coast time, probably like 5 or 6 p.m. East Coast time. So if you guys are available, check it out. And I'll see you guys later. See you guys. Bye-bye. Uh-oh, I messed it up. I was about to go. Here we go. See you guys. Hey.